Hello everybody, it's Anna and welcome back to my BookTube channel. Today I am wearing this purple wig because nothing matters anymore and I wanted to have fun and break myself out of some of my random pandemic-induced stress and hysteria, which is probably not helped by the fact that I'm also drinking coffee, but who cares? Not me, I don't care anymore. Yum. So I just thought that, being off of the usual schedule, or as close to the usual schedule as it could have been, means that this would be a good time for me to start filming a backlog of tag videos that I have been tagged to do. So I'm going to start with the most recent one that I've been tagged in first and work my way backwards. So I'm going to keep this wig on for all of those. Who knows, maybe I'll change. Maybe I'll wear like different wigs and keep you on your toes. But the first video that I'm going to be doing is the Still a BookTube Newbie tag, which I was tagged to do by Brody and which was created by Rachel Marie. I will make sure that both of their channels are linked down below. Got the questions on my laptop down here, so let's go ahead and talk about some of my time on BookTube and how it's been. So the first question is, why do you still consider yourself a newbie? I mean, I feel like I kind of do and kind of don't consider myself a newbie relative to as long as I've been active on BookTube. I've been active on BookTube for 6 years and I've been making videos for 2 of those years. So in a sense, I'm still like new to the video making part of it, but I'm not really new to the community part of it. So I guess that's where I would still consider myself to be a newbie, is just that I've only been making videos and making content for like 2 years. And there are still some things that are like major BookTube milestones that I want to hit, like in terms of number of subscribers, in terms of creating tags, in terms of a couple other things that, well, I don't know. I don't know what I would actually make myself consider not being a newbie anymore. Got real philosophical right there on the first question. Welcome to the channel, y'all. Okay, now we've got question number 2. Who were some of your greatest inspirations for joining BookTube? I think hands down the greatest inspiration for me joining BookTube was Ron Lit. She was a Canadian booktuber that was uploading in like the mid-20 teens mostly, and she was a grad student. She uploaded a lot of stuff about her 18th century studies. She uploaded a lot about comics and graphic novels. Sadly, all the videos have been taken down from her channel and she's not active anymore, but I 100% credit her with getting me into wanting to do this myself. A couple other inspirations include Jen Campbell, Jean from Jean's Bookish Thoughts, and Ariel Bissett, mostly because they were some of the very first channels that I discovered when I started watching BookTube, and they were people who had really like similar reading tastes to me and similar ways of thinking about and interacting with books that I really enjoyed. So there's that. Number 3, what surprised you the most after joining BookTube? Honestly, the fact that people are like excited to watch and comment on my videos. I kind of thought that, maybe I'd have a few people that would be interested in watching these videos. I'm also always surprised when people read books because I've recommended them on BookTube videos. So like in my real life, my like non-video life, I'm used to people coming to me for book recommendations, but those are all people who know me or like have friends who know me personally, and they know I'm the book person. I'm the person that, you go to if you need a book recommendation, but it still kind of blows my mind that strangers on the internet are willing to take a chance on books because I've recommended them and they don't know anything else about me. That's really cool. That is really, really cool. 4, what lessons have you learned since joining BookTube? I feel like this might be a little bit of a sort of personal / advice lesson, but I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that you should make the kind of content that you want to make and not worry about popularity and views and stuff like that. I don't really make a whole ton of typical like BookTube videos. I mean, I make weekly wrap-ups, but I don't generally make TBRs. I very rarely make book hauls. I try doing reading vlogs sometimes, but I find that like while that's a style that I want to make more videos of because I have a lot of fun filming them, I also don't really have it in me to do these super awesome, like aesthetic style reading vlogs. Like one of my favorite channels to watch for that is Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction. I absolutely love what she does for her vlogs and her reading vlogs every week, but I couldn't do that, nor do I really want to do that. I mean, I love watching it. I just know that that's not really me and what I want to put on BookTube. So I think that the important lesson that I've learned is that you should be making content that you yourself are happy and excited to make, because that translates to the camera and that translates over to your audience and the people watching you, because people can tell like whether you are excited about what it is that you're talking about, what it is that you're doing. I also think that like this is just also like a good general life advice lesson, but if you want to be involved in something, it really helps to like reach out to somebody who would be interested in helping you or who is already doing the thing that you're doing. And I think this is particularly in regards to readathons, right? So whenever Erin and I were co-creating the Disability Readathon, I don't think that I would have been as good at creating a readathon and running it totally by myself. I think that our collaboration is really our strength there, and our like different perspectives really help. It also just really helps logistically having more than one person to do things like run social media, schedule Twitter sprints. I mean, we did Twitter sprints for the last one. I don't know if we're going to do sprints for this one because hello, stress. And then also with like running or co-hosting the Queer Lit Readathon, this last round that I co-hosted with Rogan and Kathy, just having more than one person to help you with a big project is really helpful. And I am not usually a person that loves working in groups, but I think that's because I just don't like the randomly assigned groups. I think there's a difference between working with a randomly assigned group and working with like an Avengers Assemble style team. And I think that BookTube has really taught me a lot about the value of making sure that you have a good team of people around you to work on a big project. So take that for what you will. Okay. Number 5 is, what fears do you still have about your channel? I wouldn't say that this is something that is necessarily a fear, more of an insecurity. Maybe that's what the question meant. I mean, I'm not like, I'm afraid about this channel very much. But I just fear sometimes, or I feel insecure sometimes, that people just won't be interested in what I have to say, or they won't watch my videos. I mean, it requires a certain amount of ego to film yourself talking about something and put it up on the internet for public consumption where anybody can see it. But at the same time, like, that amount of ego also means that you kind of want people to engage with what you're making. Like, I make these videos mainly because I want to make them, but also because I hope that other people will find them interesting, and because I like to get to know people and talk with people about books. I also like to wait for loud motorcycle revving noises outside my window to stop. So I guess the fear or the insecurity is just that, like, I'll make this stuff and no one will care. This does somewhat tie into, like, me trying actively to not attribute the channel's value to the subscriber count. Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it does suck when I have a video that just bombs and it doesn't get really any views, and YouTube gives you those like shitty red arrows that point down that are like, oh god, your content's not succeeding. That's not why I'm making this. I'm just saying that, like, a fear and an insecurity that I have is that no one will care. But I feel like that's probably just my anxiety brain talking, because clearly people do care. I have great people that leave comments on videos. I really appreciate everybody that leaves comments on videos. Y'all really help me understand that what I'm doing here is valuable to you in some way, and it's something that you enjoy. And like, that's really what I want to do. Like, I want to make stuff that people enjoy and that gets people excited about reading. So I guess my fear is that I would put all of this work into it and that just wouldn't happen. But I don't think that that's a fear really founded in anything more than anxiety and insecurity. So there you go. Number 6, what kind of content would you like to create that you haven't yet? Ooh, okay. So I've never created an original tag. I would really like to create an original tag. I have a couple of ideas for it, but the thing is that when I started BookTube, I had all these ideas about wanting to create an original tag, and then things that were very similar were getting created at around the same time, or I found that someone had already done something very similar to my idea on like a book blog, for instance. But I think enough time has passed now, and I have like a better personal assessment of what's going on in the BookTube creator world as opposed to just the community world, that I think I want to take another try at that again. I would also really love to start a like fantasy dungeon crawl style themed readathon. I am again super in awe of all of the readathons like the Owls, the Bookie Trials, the Magical Readathon, all of these other readathons that just have like the most over the top amazing like production quality and reading challenges and stuff. With Disability Readathon, I aim for that to be more chill and less stressful, especially for me as a creator. Like we aim for it to be calming and relaxing for the readers, but as creators, we also don't want to like, you know, nosedive into the ground with exhaustion trying to get this going. But I would really like to create a little bit more of a involved, I guess, style readathon that would be based on like D&D, RPG, fantasy dungeon crawl style stuff. I have a couple of ideas for it. I have a couple of ideas for co-hosts, but like if that sounds like something that you're interested in, let me know, because like I just talked about, I like to have a good team assembled to take on big projects. Couple other content that I would like to create. I would like to make more vlogs of events that I go to. Obviously, like that's not going to happen right now because we can't go anywhere really. But when we can go places again, I would really like to make more vlog content about that. I would like to make some videos that are maybe like a let's play of a board game or a how to play a certain board game. I'd like to make some things that are a little bit more comedy sketch oriented about books and games, all the other stuff that I talk about. I would love to make a video of myself playing Animal Crossing and just chatting with y'all. If I can actually figure out how to get the capture card in our computer to talk to my Switch and do all that. But again, a lot of these things are like bigger long-term goal project things and less like, oh, I can just sit down on a normal week and have all of the resources that I need to film this or like get this project going off the ground. So those are just some ideas for the future. Okay. Number 7, who have been some of the greatest supporters of your channel? Oh my god, this is the part of the tag where I'm gonna get all like super sappy and emotional. I have so many people that I really appreciate every time they leave comments. And also people that have done a lot to signal boost my channel. So of course I couldn't talk about this without mentioning Erin, who's my co-host at the Geeky Gimp. We co-host the Disability Readathon together. Also Rogan and Kathy, especially like Kathy has done a lot to support my channel by like offering me collab opportunities and stuff like that. And it's like, it isn't, you know, it's amazing to have her as a friend. It's also amazing to just be asked to work with somebody that like I admire that much. Brody has been a great supporter, so has Michelle from Thor Wants Another Letter. I have great commenters in Moonbook, in Actual Spinster, in Special Geek. Fariba from the Francophile Reader was one of the first people that called me a BookTube friend, and that just like warmed my heart so much because I love her channel and I love how she brings like this amazing academic bent to BookTube that I feel like sometimes I try to do, but a lot of what I read is not the more academic type stuff, even though I really enjoy it. So like, just, you know, being able to like be friends that way was really cool and like bond over something that we have in common, even though our channels don't really have. We've also got, let's see, Starlit Reader is always a great commenter on the videos. I really appreciate that. People that share the BookTube channel in other realms. I don't know how many of the videos they watch, but people like Samwise Gamgee, who is a disability in gaming friend, people like Devin Rue, everybody that's ever asked me, hey, or everyone that's ever told me, hey, you know, you're really funny, you should make videos and stuff like this. And I'm like, well, actually I do. And then they've started watching the channel because of that, have been amazing supporters. And also, you know, not someone that you ever see in videos, but big time behind the scenes supporter of the channel is my husband, Sean, because he is my board game partner for all of the board games that I review on this channel. That bit would not be possible literally without him. He's the person that got me my camera, got me my microphone, you know, helped me upgrade from my shitty webcam days. If you look at my very first BookTube videos, because I couldn't even have a background because I had to film on my laptop that was plugged into a power source, and literally all I could do was adjust ambient lighting in the room and then adjust the tilt of my laptop screen. So without him, the channel the way that it is right now wouldn't be possible. And also without, you know, having someone who's very understanding, if a little bit confused about the massive amounts of books that I'm always bringing into the house. You know, he's very understanding when I need to like close doors and film and do stuff like that. And I really appreciate that level of encouragement. Not just, you know, for the channel, but in life as well. But the question was about the channel specifically. So thanks to everybody who are big supporters of this. And then number 8 is tag your faves. I think I'll go ahead and link the people that I'm tagging down below in the description box, because number 1, that'll incentivize people to open it up and see if they're tagged. And number 2, I feel like that way I don't run the risk of forgetting to mention anybody at the end of the video. So that's going to do it for the Still a BookTube Newbie tag. This was a lot of fun to do. Thanks again to Brody for tagging me. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of what I do, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because that way you'll get updates every time I post a new video and you can see what new cool wig I'm wearing in the next one. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.